Okay, it looks like I am back. So, okay, I apologize because last time I told you I was gonna do this ahead of time, but I decided to just go ahead and go at it. Now, I'll move fast though. So I know I'm gonna have the yellow on top. Instead of coming down here, I think I'm just gonna kind of keep flowing with my circle. And since the lettering I want to really pop, I'm just gonna kind of go like that. Oh, you asshole, you changed that. I'm sorry. In case you missed it, my Twitter bio does say mentally crippled. And I just found out, so I know I'm gonna give you my, I'm gonna poo-poo about my Cadillac problems that I have. So I'm living out of boxes in 3 different relatives' house, and what do I have to deal with? Well, I'm staying here with my father. He's got this little tiny, like 40-inch TV, and he doesn't have a DVR, and he doesn't have he doesn't have HD. Like, oh my, I know it's horrible. So believe it or not, there's probably a lot of people at home just like STFU, mother. But yeah, so it turns out that I can log in to my sister's Xfinity account from here. So, yay, I'm gonna watch pseudo HD on my computer later tonight. Just because Saturday Night Live this week I didn't see it, but last week they had the Chad Boswick, I think, or Bosman. But I think dude from Black Panther. That's the other thing that sucks. He doesn't have a Blu-ray player, and it's like Justice League came out, and like you know, I grew up with comic books, so all the movies came out were Black Panther. I mean, I loved Black Panther when he was just a Marvel character. And before they kind of like changed it around a little bit, made it a little fancier, but we're really looking forward to that. Besides the fact that the movie made like what, 250 million. But yeah, it's on DVD, and I'll figure out a way. I will find a way. Oh, that's so funny. You can't hear the music I have in the background, but then hopefully you guys are playing music in the background too. It kind of makes the whole thing go together better, but I have a fan to drown it out so I don't become some copyright violator and have my site taken down and all that BS. All this stuff I don't know about. But oh yeah. Since your kids aren't listening, Gold Leaf. So I know they make this. I know they're in Illinois, and it looks like if you want to find out more, you could go to ataraxiamm.com. But yeah, the stuff I was talking about right here. This is the Grand Doggy Perps, and this is the medication I have found for my specific Gulf War illness, would get me through the pain, even help me mentally focus, which is one of the effects that I didn't expect cannabis to really help me with, but yeah, it works. Then this one here, if you're trying to have a baby or something, this stuff right here, yep, that's what it is. Maybe it's a side effect that it kind of hits you with a little bit of Viagra, but yep, it's gelato. All right. And no, I'm not making this stuff up. No, they don't pay me to say that. You may notice that the so I'm gonna talk a lot about cannabis and all this stuff later, but just like if you look at the difference, so like you can see like THC 59%. This one's THC. Where is it? I'm gonna cheat. So this one is THC. It's 7%, and then THC 80%. So this one here is 60 plus 9. So this one's 70% THC, this one is 90% THC. And a lot of people really over-focus on the THC, and what the THC is actually like, and I'll do this later, but the THC is sort of like, it's like the canvas here, okay? So people focus on the THC like it's a proof, like with alcohol, like 80 proof, that's how that makes it stronger, but that's really not necessarily the effect. The effect is more like the THC is the canvas, so you need enough THC in you to have the canvas, but then you have terpenes, which are essential oils like lavender oil, stuff like that. Myrcene is one that really helps keep people calm. That's probably most of your indicas out there. But so like between the terpenes and all of the smaller cannabidols, those are the things that really have the effects. So while those two that I showed you are very different, you could look at the box of the one that says gelato and find another one with identical numbers on them, but the effects are completely different. And that's just because they don't have all the other information on there. You actually have to get a data sheet from the like the dispensary has to get it from the cultivator, and it's kind of hard to get. The St. Charles dispensary, they just hired somebody new there that I was really kind of excited. I mean, it was my last time going there because you don't only have one dispensary at a time. But I actually found someone who could talk to me from, like, you know, my attention to detail, marine engineering perspective, where he was able to tell me about all the individual terpenes that he's read up on and he knows about. And that's really beneficial too, because ultimately I'm going to want to narrow down these strains to really give me the effects I want. And then, of course, you know, I'm going to be 48. So, yeah, hell yeah, that Saturday night I'm going to want that special recreational one that's going to make me dance like I thought I could before. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do one last thing for, if I could find it. All right. I'll let you guys get caught up, and I'll be right back in a second. This is going to be good, though. Alright, so I don't want to keep looking for too long and pull me away from this, because when I eventually do get a viewer, I'd probably like to keep that viewer. Anyways, just since I talked about the whole Harvey Weinstein thing last time, and I just thought about how, like, you know, when I was in my early 20s, the big thing was Z-Cavariccis. And the Z-Cavariccis, what they do is they sort of have like a button that goes over the top, so just off center of the crotch they have a white label, and that was sort of like the trendy thing. And so back then you see all the guys dancing, like doing the MC Hammer type stuff, and it's always kind of like the pelvis going out. But then if you have a white label there, it's almost like, you know, and you know, I didn't think about it back then, but like nowadays, if a woman's been sexually traumatized, it's like, well, that's got to be really weird. So when I think about all this Harvey Weinstein thing coming out, I'm just like, damn. So back then, maybe it wasn't that I couldn't dance. Maybe it was just really creepy. I don't know. Anyways, I probably should make jokes about that kind of stuff. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna paint. We're gonna chalk. So I should probably post my videos or post my things. So I did erase my always on the bottom. Once a Marine, always a Marine. If you guys are doing something different, want other little sayings, I could probably try and think of some quotes. That'll probably fill up a little bit of time, because there was this really good Mercy one. Let me try and remember how it works. So let's see. Mercy, 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 mercy. That's right, Marines know about mercy too. And I am trying to think in color at the same time, which I used to be able to do before I had the golf realness, but apparently I cannot. So mercy is when God gives you what you don't deserve. Mercy is also when God doesn't give you what you truly deserve. All right, if you want to hear that again, you're probably going to have to repeat it. I can't believe we got that right on the first time. Woo! Let's chalk. That really was exciting for me, though. Hope it was good for you, too. So ACMs were tonight. Miranda Lambert won an award again. Big surprise. I mean, she's really good, but it's just one of those things where she's really, really good, and she gets a lot of credit for it. Don't want to hate on someone for being successful and being noticed for it. But yeah, congratulations to her too. But the big thing is, Chris Stapleton couldn't make it there because it was his birthday, and he had like twins, and it's like, oh man, that's really cool. I mean, if you're gonna miss an award show like that, that's a great reason to miss it. But if he ever watches this, congratulations to he and Morgane. The funny thing is, I did send out a tweet before. I was like, I don't know how to get my thing noticed. I sent out a tweet to him, and I was like throw a dog a bone or something. And then what I did was, in front of my American flag, I started keeping a little old cannabis bottle with stems in it, just because in one of his songs he sings about how he had to smoke the stems because it's like all he's got left, and really great music. Now Chris Stapleton's one of those people that are like really rare. It's sort of like an Adele type where they sort of rise above genre. Because like if you listen to his song Broken Halos a couple times, you like towards the end you start there are a couple lines where you start wondering, it's like, you know that he's massively talented. You can tell he puts a lot of time and work, and he's got like this massive production crew. But at the end, you kind of get this feeling, it's like, he didn't really write that. He like copied that shit straight out of the Bible. That's just really how he comes across. So even if you don't like country music, give him a shot. You'll love it. Just go ahead and start. You can start with Broken Halos, but even his earlier stuff's really good. But anyways, I'm gonna keep painting. And there's always lots of good new up and coming country acts out there too. So I don't want to use yellow here in my flesh tones. And I was working down here. And so in here I'm going to have a little bronze. I'm just going to go ahead. This is a little curve for the anchor. I know it's hard to see because it's yellow. Then it's a eagle on top, but the eagle's kind of at the tear point. Then there's a globe. Then on the side is the anchor. So, oh man, I can't tell what you're doing. Help. All right, actually I'll post a photo of this later. But essentially, the cap is going to be three-dimensional out this way. So remember, you're going to have your anchor, you're going to have your three-dimensional globe, and the light is going to be hitting the globe right at this direction if you're using colored pencil or something different. And then you're going to have your eagle on the top. But I probably should have stuck with the shading. But so basically, shading dark on the bottom, the point that I said the light's coming in, you'll be able to tell from whatever I post. Then I probably should have did it bigger, but I didn't. So let's see. I need to make this pop a little bit, so I think somewhere at the other end of the color wheel is purple, right? Remember, I do a PTSD and a golf realness, so I believe the color wheel is like this. If I'm wrong, no, I am wrong. No, I'm right. Because that would make, if the color wheel was like that, that would make purple over here. So that would probably make it a decent non-black background for my lettering. Ha! See? I can't stay focused for little bits at a time. So how do I want to do this? Alright, well let's figure it out. I kind of think that we'll just do the, so it's, okay. So A-L-W-A always. So I know that I want the yellow to make it pop. So here's my yellow, an A in the middle. So now instead of doing the entire background, I'm thinking maybe if I just kind of shade the bottom side, will probably work out. Then so, okay. So then for this side, it'll be more like the yellow is coming in from this direction, and the purple is coming in from that direction, if that makes any sense. So, one more time. I want to focus on my yellow, like that. So from this direction, the purple's coming in. So this line hits it that way. It hits that part. It hits that part. And it hits that part. And that's how I'm going to do my shading. And if you really want to get fancy, you can go ahead and like do a secondary one like behind it and stuff like that, and make it look like all groovy and stuff like that. But yeah, whatever. Remember, I'm a mentally crippled former Marine electrical engineer. So probably entertaining if you're medicating. If you're not, then whew, something went wrong in cable. So okay, let's do it that way, but now I'm curved. So if I'm curved, do I still want to have that light come in from the same way? Yeah, I do. Well, I don't know how to sharpen this thing, but I kind of have an edge here and an edge there. So maybe I'll try that. So even though the letters curve, I'm just going to pretend the purple's coming in from the left of each individual letter. And I'm going to try and keep it nice and thin where my yellow lines are fat. So left, left, and then the horizontal one I'm just going to, so the A has the horizontal thing, I'm just going to leave that open. Ooh. But then what do I do for the L? I guess right there, huh? And if I need to, what I'll do is, if I need more contrast on the orange side, I could just sort of blend in like the orange with either a charcoal type shading, or I'd probably go with maybe add a little blue to kind of darken it. But then orange and blue make brown, so no, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But we'll figure it out. Alright. Yeah, so if you guys help me get to like 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours viewed, maybe I'll even do this on like a Friday night. I'll do it at like 9 p.m. or something. I mean, shit, I'm disabled. I got nothing to do. And I remember what it was like being in college. And a stupid show like this would be awesome. Like what we had back then, you know, the internet was just kind of starting out, but you know, you had all the different cable TV channels and stuff like that, and we had Emerald. Food Network is like brand new. So instead of like watching some dude who looks like he's high cook, you get to, you know, watch some dude play with various art materials. But one of the things about Emerald back then, it's kind of funny because, you know, like when you see people do stuff, you think it's really cool to try and imitate. But it turns out, you know, like Emerald had his little bam thing, right? Bam! And then sometimes he'd add like a little, what do you call it, like a little alcohol to like his dish he always have, and you get like the flame. And it's like when he does it, bam, poof, right? It looks all cool. But it turns out that if you try this with a woman and you didn't practice beforehand and she knows you're a former Marine, when you go, woof, if you put too much in, it goes, whoosh. She's just gonna think you're some dickhead showing off, and you're not gonna get some. So learn from my mistakes. Oh yeah, so my first book, Corporal Vuco, Once, Always, The Tale of the Marine NCO. My second book is gonna detail my struggles with PTSD and alcoholism. That'll probably be something like, hi, my name is Steve, I am, you get the innuendo there. But then my third book, I probably won't get to it till I'm like maybe 55. Just because I work slow now, but that book is going to be like how to make it to 55 single. Woo! And the idea is really to learn from my mistakes. But it turns out, oh yeah, I tell you what, let me, I don't know if I want to go there. I kind of do. If I start another painting, I'm going to tell you the proper way. And believe it or not, even if you're a feminist, I think you'd still agree with this, that there is it might be hard to hear at first, but there's a proper way to use hey jugs when you're actually meeting a woman for the first time. I'm not going to get into it now, but believe it or not, it's a good story. If you haven't liked any of my other jokes before, then yeah, you're not going to think it's funny at all. But yeah, no, it's good. Good stuff. And no, the Freedom Wagon wasn't with me. We were across the border in Tijuana. I don't think that bringing a wood panel cream color station wagon over the border with a with USA in marker written on the front and Freedom Wagon, I don't necessarily know if that would go over too well. Even though I still had the safety locking device, and you could not start it without a Diet Coke can. But yeah, that I think I'm gonna hold off in a book too to get to. Alrighty, let's get a little more. So same thing up top, coming in from the left of every number, so from the right side of every number. So this O is actually perfect because you get to see everything that comes in from the left. So the top is going to be almost where the other one stops, and you can overlap a little bit to give it like a little more, enunciation. But whatever you do in these, you want to make it consistent for all of them. You don't want to, because otherwise it'll look like you're typing an email and you keep changing the font. You know that one email that you were really angry and you decided to go out after work and you talk to your friends about work sucks and you got your venting off your chest, but then what did you do? Oh, you went home and you kept drinking, and then you vented in the wrong place and you sent that email out, and dude, you're rambling on. What are you talking about? Just tell me what the damn email said. I'm not talking about what it said, I'm talking about how you wrote it. When you sat there and you used 6 different fonts, you know, and you started capitalizing like adverbs, right? Like, you are very mean, and then you don't capitalize mean, you capitalize very, that type of email. You don't want your letters to look like that. That's what I was kind of getting at. All right, you following me? Don't worry, I'll get in a paradigm shift yet today. All right, is it beautiful yet? Nah, it's not beautiful yet. You know, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pull up another photo, and I am going to, I'm just going to go ahead and start getting some of my background browns in. And so, if we go to our little color box, flesh tones, my flesh tones are still kind of together. Even the reds are flesh tones. The only ones I'm not calling fresh tones are my primaries. My primaries, and orange is considered secondary. So primaries, red, yellow, blue. When you mix 2 of these, like orange, that would be secondary. Red and whatever is, so purple's secondary, green's a secondary. I know I'm getting way too technical, but anyways, the flesh colors over here are what I'm trying to avoid, except for the actual skin tone. So otherwise, you don't want your lettering to actually look like flesh sticking out you. Tut, do you need beer? You need beer?
Huh?
Do you need beer? Do you need a beer? All right. I don't know if he wants me to pour him a beer, or I don't know. I think he's wondering who the hell I'm talking to. But then again, he knows I